Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo. And Flo, man, yesterday on Twitter, I saw the craziest thing, the funniest thing, and I had to show you right away. It's about my dad's boy, Jim Everett. If you guys don't know who he is, check out this clip real quick.
Jim, good to have you on the show.
Good to be here, Jim. Thank you.
Check that. Chris Everett, good to have you on the show.
You know what? You've been calling me that for about the last 5 years.
About 2 years, actually, Chris.
Well, and if you guys want to take a station break, you can. But if you call me Chris Everett to my face one more time...
I already did it twice.
You call one more time, we better take a station break.
Well, it's a 5-minute segment, or 5-segment show. We got a long way to go.
Well, we do.
We got a long way to go.
We do.
I'll get a couple segments out of you before.
Well, it's good to be here with you, though.
Well, it's good to see you, too.
Because you've been talking like this behind my back for a long time.
But now I said it right here.
Right, exactly.
Well, we got no problems then.
I think that you probably won't say it again.
I bet I do.
Okay.
Chris?
All right, man. So, Chris Everett over here pretty much saying that there's towels on the 49ers. Remember week 1, Patrick Peterson was saying about Brock Purdy, oh, there's towels, how to beat this guy. And obviously he kind of got torn up by Brock Purdy. Now Jim Everett out here saying some stuff, and this is what it reads. It's known that Miami and the 49ers run a similar brand of offense. As we watch the Dolphins and Chiefs game tonight, might want to peek how KC is defending the Dolphins. And just maybe a few NFC teams may want to incorporate some similar tactics. What do you think about this? Obviously, this guy's a huge Rams fan, played with the Rams forever. Probably trying to tell other teams this is what you got to do to beat the Rams, beat the Niners, knock them off. What do you think about this, man?
Yeah, man, it just does sound like a Rams homer. Obviously, we saw we beat the crap out of this guy, so maybe he's holding a little bit of hostility because of that. Yeah, both teams are explosive, but it's almost like that. And it almost reminds me of like boxing. Remember when all these people were like, we got the blueprint to beat Floyd, but who did it? Nobody, right? So until somebody actually goes out there and stops them, then it doesn't really matter. If somebody says like, oh, I know what they're gonna do, you still got to go out there and stop them. So. And the thing about the Dolphins compared to the Niners, the Dolphins, they were a good team, but they didn't even beat anyone during the regular season. They were kind of a little bit overhyped in my eyes. We've gone through the gauntlet already. We've played a lot of pretty much battle-tested playoff teams that we're going to be facing in the upcoming weeks. We've already faced them, so we know what's going on. It's just time to put up, shut up, and it seems like our guys are more ready. The Dolphins guys, I didn't really see much out of them this last coming week, like them kind of like preparing. But, Kyle Shanahan, that's his thing. He's known to have freaking hard discipline practices, and that helps out for the game. So right now, the Jim Everett, Chris Everett take, I don't buy too much into it.
And I think the only above 500 teams of the Dolphins actually beat were the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. So that's funny. But as far as this kind of comparing, I get what he's kind of saying, how Miami and 49ers, they run pretty much almost the same offense with McDaniels and Kyle Shanahan. But remember, McDaniels, that's the little brother. Kyle Shanahan, that's the big brother. And the difference, I think the big difference is the 49ers offense compared to the Dolphins offense. Niners offense, man, they're more physical, man. These guys are big, physical. Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, those guys right there, they can block. Like, that's what they take pride in. Like, I'm going to knock your ass out. If you're a receiver, I'm going to make sure that we're going to get 5-6 extra yards in the run game. And that's something that they pride themselves in. And even George Kittle, man, the best blocker tight end in the game, the guy that could sometimes block defensive ends, which is really impressive. So I think he's kind of comparing things that I just don't agree with, just because the Dolphins, man, let's be real, man. Like Kobe said, soft, S-O-F-T. That's what they are. And they're over there playing in negative 30-degree weather, where they're a sunny team. They're not used to all that cold and whatever. So I get it. The Chiefs, they have a great defense. It's the best defense they've had since Patrick Mahomes has been there. So they're going to be dangerous. However, I think we're just a completely different offensive team. And I think if they want to come and take us down in these NFC teams, man, they're going to have to bring their hard hats, because I know in the playoffs, these guys are going to be turning it on, man. They're like not messing around. We heard about those practices last week, how they were just going at it, man. The offense, the defense, Fred Warner talking trash. It kind of seemed like training camp. Remember training camp when these guys are getting fights and all the scuffles? That's what it's seeming like right now. That they did have that, they're having that bye week. However, they're still out there practicing. They're still doing their thing. These guys are not messing around. So I just, Jim, man. Jim's a guy that he folds like a $5 chair, man. He's just out there, just saying this because he wants the Rams to get it, and he wants to ruffle a few 49ers feathers, which is okay. I saw a few comments of Niner fans going after him, going crazy, but I just think he's a homer, just saying all this, man.
Yeah, he's definitely a homer. And the thing is, two sides of the ball, or two sides of the game, right? You also have a defense. Miami's defense is horrible, and that came back and cost them. I understand this isn't our best defense in the last couple of years, but it's still a solid defense. So the game is played in 3 phases: offense, defense, special teams. So we're solid on all three of those assets. The Dolphins are pretty much just a one-dimensional offensive team. They could score, but they almost remind me of like Oregon, Oregon college football. Like, they're going to put up points, but they're not going to be able to stop anyone, and that's why they always lose in the big games. Whereas I feel like we're similar to like the Alabama or Michigan, where we play both sides of the ball and we always have a chance at any single game.
Yeah, it's I think you have to remember, guys, Jim Everett, he's the original I'm seeing ghost, because it was before my time, but in the 1989 NFC Championship game, man, remember, no one was around him. He's the guy that went straight down in the NFC Championship game before Sam Darnold saw ghost. That was Jim Everett, man. Jim Everett was the original Ghostbuster out there. So it is what it is. It's kind of a little, I don't know, it's a little mind game. The old-timer Rams guys and the old-timer Niners guys are going to be going at it. I remember I was watching Ramelia Sports and 49ers Sickness, man. It was like Vato on Vato crime, man. They're getting into it last week, man, because they know that the tensions right now are high between these two teams, and we may be playing each other. We'll probably find out today or tomorrow who we're going to end up playing. We might play the Rams. So I think Jim Everett, man, he's trying to play a chess, but Kyle Shanahan, I think he's one step ahead. And as far as that defense you were saying, yeah, we're number 8, we went down, but a lot of that had to do Eric Armstead not there. Eric Armstead back from Kinlaw, that's a huge upgrade right there. Trying to think of other guys. Logan Ryan, my opinion, a little upgrade from Jair Brown. Who else? Clean Farrell, he's out. I know everyone likes him, but to me personally, I'll say it right now, Robert Beal, upgrade from that. And the PFF grade had, I think Robert Beal 78% against the run. I think Farrell was like at 50%. So all these upgrades happening. So I think we're going to get back to that physical defense that we had before Eric Armstead got hurt. So I mean, I'm pumped up, man. I really feel that this team right here is that physical team that could go anywhere, even if it were on the road, but it's not going to be on the road, so that's a good thing. But we could go anywhere and play 49er football, and so I'm pumped up. I know Rams fans right now are out there talking trash, and other fan bases are out here talking trash, saying, oh, whatever, these guys are no good. But you have to remember also, look at the Houston Texans, what they did. Yeah. Who is their coaching staff? It's all made up Niners. Not only D'Amico Ryans, you have to look at Slowick, who was the game coordinator, I believe, with the Niners last year. Steve Slowick, still with us, the scout team. So he got all his offense from Kyle Shanahan, and you saw what they did. They lit up, 40-something points. I get it, Joe Flacco turned into Joe Flacco with the interceptions. But, I mean, this offense, if you run it correctly, if you run it to a T, you're going to be putting up points, and I feel that we're going to be putting up some dang big points in these playoffs. We haven't had all the meat on the bone. There's still a little bit of meat on the bone each week. I think now is time that we leave nothing. It's just the bones, and we can give it to the dogs, baby. So I think we'll be fine. I think we're elevating our game to that next level. Don't ever compare us to the Dolphins, dog. That's all I got to say, man. All right, Chris?
All right, well, you guys let us know in the comments what you guys think about this Chris Everett take. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time.
Peace.